What a time to be alive. Aren't you glad?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, believe it or not, children are moving in a mighty way right now. Children, little children. Bob Jones and I were doing a meeting with a whole passel of little kids. I'm talking about several hundred of them, little kids. So I said, Bob, what are we going to do with these little kids? He goes, well, we're not going to do nothing. We're going to release the anointing on them and let them do the ministry. I said, okay. So Larry Randolph was with us. We get in this room, and we really called all them little children out. Their eyes are real big, and just released anointing on them. And there was maybe 40 to 80 workers over all those little children. But see, the children don't know the protocols. They didn't know enough not to say what they saw. And here's what happened. The anointing fell on these little children, and one of them says, oh, look, Mr. Edwards has frogs jumping out of his mouth. He had an unclean spirit.
Wow.
And then one lady had, one little girl says, look, she's got a porcupine on her back, a religious spirit.
Wow.
See, and these little kids could see it clear as a bell.
That's incredible.
See? Except she becomes a little child, you can't see her in her, you know. And so, but see, the little kids, they didn't know enough to. They just say what they saw, and I thought, oh man, David Hogan, you know David, don't you?
Yeah.
He and I were down in the tip of Texas, down at the very end of Texas, and we were supposed to have a meeting, and it was packed full of people. Me and Dave was in a green room, and the Lord said, I have a word for you and David. I said, okay, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. He said, I want you to go over there to David and say, hey, David, me and you're not ministering tonight. Your little granddaughter is. Hogan said, well, that's going to be really something, because the only one I got here is 3 years old. I said, well, that's her.
Wow.
A little Indian girl. Now, this you'll have to ask David Hogan when you see him. These people had come from all over the place because they figured David was going to pray for him, me and David, but now it's going to be the little girl. So he brought the little girl, put her on his arm like this, a little 3-year-old Indian girl, and we're walking through the crowd. And the little Indian girl is just serious as she can be. And every human being she pointed at got healed.
That's incredible.
Just like that. She looked, blind eyes, cancer. See, no little 3-year-old can do that, you know. And then the next time we ministered, David and I, was about 2 or 3 months later, I said, you should have brought your little granddaughter, you know, because, you know, yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's incredible.
But God did it. But that way, nobody could get the glory but God.
That's so good.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, that is so good.